When Robert and I were on our last adventure, it took us from Whakamaru Dam and along a most scenic ride next to the Waikato River, ending up at Lake Maraetai in Mangakino. And while at the lakeside village, we read all the information boards and found that this little village has so much interesting history. So naturally our curiosity got the better of us, and we discovered even more history as we ventured further into the township. So come along and learn more about our fascinating country with us. In 1915, the land in the middle of New Zealand's North Island was full of native bush, barren, unoccupied and unfarmed, just a pumice wasteland known as the Powakani Block. By 1946, a portion of the Powakani Block, alongside the Waikato River, was purchased to build a hydroelectric station called Maraetai, with a temporary township built nearby to house the construction workers, called Mangakino. Mangakino is said to be the first town in New Zealand to be designed without a main street, an innovative step in town planning back in the 1940s by the renowned Austrian architect Ernst Plischke. By 1952, Mangakino's population exceeded 5,000, so more dams were built upstream. But the decline for Mangakino occurred after the hydro dams were commissioned, so today Mangakino's population is around 800 people. Hidden beneath the waters of Lake Maraetai is a ghostly part of Mangakino's past. Roads, buildings and bridges once covered both sides of the Waikato River, but as the lake filled, evidence of a thriving post-war hydro construction period disappeared beneath the lake. The once visible road bridge that brought in supplies to Mangakino lasted 6 years before this once vital lifeline became hidden forever under the lake's surface. The locals' journey now added 10 kilometres on their travel time to Tokoroa via a flimsy wooden bridge at Whakamaru. The only evidence of the once bustling township is this protruding concrete structure where birds perch in the waters of Lake Maraetai. Its original role was that of a secure concrete vault where the camp's workers' wages were kept under lock and key until payday. And as their camp went underwater, the men were relocated to a new site where a marae sits today. During the 1960s, notorious burglar and 3 times prison escapee George Wilder was recaptured near Mangakino at Whakamaru after spending 65 days on the run. He spent 172 days of freedom on his second escape, but a short 3 hours on his last escape. He was a colourful character with wild escapades while on the run, including drives through police barricades, evading large search parties, escaping a police dog by swimming across a river, and getaways by dinghy and horseback, all with no hint of violence, often leaving apologetic thank you notes after breaking into premises. The Howard Morrison Quartet captured his exploits in their song George the Wild New Zealand Boy.
They caught him in an old wash house. He didn't see the copper. You better come home, Mr. George Wilder, to your county jail. You can't stay away forever, 'cause we're hot up on your trail.
After his release in 1969, Wilder kept a low profile, refusing any media contact. More on Mangakino. Robert. He rides right past. I think it's fascinating. Active Mangakino. When people started living in Mangakino, there were no amenities, not even a shop. So the project managers, having experienced other remote hydro towns, saw the need for sports and social clubs. Having more men than women, the town boasted with 4 tennis clubs, 5 cricket clubs, rugby, softball and bowls clubs, to name a few. Even volunteers established a St. John's ambulance service and a fire brigade. What can I see here? Oh look, it's a marae. Oh wow. At the start, much of the workforce were single men until it was realised that the Waikato Hydro Scheme provided employment for at least 10 years, so more and more married families moved in. The Poakani Marae began its life in the old cookhouse and dining hall, previously used by the single men, as it became evident that the community needed a marae, officially opening in 1972. But in 2007, a fire destroyed the marae. Determined to rebuild, their vision was realised in 2012 when this new marae opened. There's more signs. Cool. What does this one say? I wonder what that all means. Concrete and clothing. In the 1970s, a small Mangakino factory produced clothing for the New Zealand market. Dean's Clothing Factory became lucrative, producing 1,800 garments a week, specialising in a zipped, elastic-backed combination overall. 80% of the workforce at Mangakino were Māori or Pākehā, with the rest coming from overseas. And from 1947 to 1977, more than 100,000 people took part in the Waikato Hydro Scheme. The Mangakino area, where most of the Englishmen and their families lived, became known as Pommy Ridge. For some, those 30 years was just too much. The isolation, lack of a pub, and when there was one, it closed at 6 o'clock. The Poms couldn't handle it and headed home. And in 1948, 900 union members went on strike at Maraetai, sounds very British, all because the project engineers believed that the union leader was a troublemaker. The village of Mangakino. I'm just going to get more water. Forgot to pack as much as we should have. Silly me. There's a bakery. Shops. A laundry. Oh, how cute. Anyway, I don't need to see every shop, do we? No. Oh! It's even got its own t-shirt. I love it. Cute. Cute is. Okay. Before Mangakino's hospital opened in 1948, home births were the norm, with the first baby being delivered by candlelight. But as Mangakino's population declined, the small hospital on the hill closed. Willie Apiata, New Zealand's first and only recipient of the Victoria Cross, was born here in Mangakino, and other famous New Zealanders who were born or brought up here in Mangakino were Hori Ahepene, an actor known for playing both male and female roles, Frano Botica, a rugby legend known for playing both rugby union and rugby league, and Damien Karauna, a rugby sevens player. It was expected that Mangakino would be demolished at the completion of the hydro dam project. However, in 1963, it was better developed in many ways than nearby Taupo, having a hospital, fire brigade, schools and churches. Hence, Mangakino is still in existence today.